Hi there, Chocolate Muffin. Today's video is going to be about Richard Hart and his marketing style. There are a lot of new people who have joined PulseChain and PulseX, and they are not familiar with what the whole strategy is and what's going on. There are many videos that Richard Hart has on his YouTube, 3 hours plus, many videos. And of course, if we wanted to be mean, we would just tell people, hey, you see this 4-hour interview? Go watch it. You see this 5-hour interview? Go watch it. But of course, I'm here to help you. I'm doing the research here for you. And I'm here to inform you as to what's going on and what his style is. So why do we do this in the first place? Well, you know already, in cryptocurrency, in investing in anything, you need a competitive edge. It's a game. We need a level above the next person. When you go on Twitter, when you go on YouTube, what does everybody say? The classic ones. They say, Richard Hart is a scammer. They say, Richard Hart has spent all the money. They say, RH Richard Hart is not going to do anything. RH has rugged. He dumps on everyone. I hear this time and time again. And I don't get angry. I don't really care because I know what everybody's doing. What people are doing is they are simply describing the candle color. They see red monthly candle, these comments come. If there's a green candle, they just don't say anything. And that's the two default states. Now, this is amazing to see because we don't talk about that style in Bitcoin or Ethereum or many other large cap alts. And you might wonder why. Well, this is just what happens when there's asymmetric reward on an upside and a coin or a community or an asset is hated so much. Whenever there is any good news, no one will say anything good about it because they're hated. The dislike factor is so extreme, so vicious, so violent, no one wants to say anything good. They'll just wait for it to get to the red candles. They'll only look at the bad. But that's okay. A lot of people get riled up about it. Who cares? This is the game. It's a game. It's a financial game, and this is the casino. So he has a style of marketing, and it's controversial. And we can start with the coin HEX because HEX was marketed to look like a scam. So I'm here, instead of you going around and spending hours and hours and hours, I'm going to tell you right now. So from him himself, he says, and by the way, so I've got to throw in here, why are we analyzing this? It's because we can. You see, I don't have Sergey Nazarov, who's the founder of Chainlink. I don't have 3-hour interviews of him talking Q&A and stuff. I can't go through that. I don't have that with Vitalik. I don't have that with Satoshi. Vitalik, you do have some interviews. He's pretty good. And I'm using the best examples. You barely have that. Justin Sun is not doing 3-hour streams for Tron. Sandeep is not doing them for Matic. The Solana guys are trying, but they don't have a dedicated channel where they do it. You know who does do it though? Charles Hoskinson for Cardano. And that's probably why it was a bit of the juice factor in its second cycle, which was the previous cycle in 2021 that maybe helped Cardano do the 100x from the low. It's something to think about. So that's how you can get a lot of information from this. And yes, it takes time. It takes time. And we're just watching out of boredom, but I'm like absorbing these and I can share with you. So now you want to know the premise. This is actually important. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll look at this and they'll think, oh, you're just a fanboy. Oh, you're just doing this. People just throw any word they want. We're here looking for a competitive edge. We can't find it on the blockchain. We don't get insider information pump and dumps. No one is giving us 300% commission rates to shill everybody the new leverage trading exchange. We have to go into the unknown. This is how it is in life. You know this. So Richard Hart's marketing. So he purposefully, it's on purpose. By design, HEX was marketed like the scams. He says this himself. Why? Why does he do this? He said his goal is, so Richard Hart, RH, right, said himself, the goal is to save as many people as you can, and most people get put into scams. So we should use the same marketing tactics as the scammers. And then when we have them in, we can change their lives. Does this make sense? Hope it does. This is exactly what he's doing. He said this himself. So the goal is to save as many people as you can. So we already know there are other noble ways of going out there. You might make a book, 400 pages that no one's going to read, some essay. Doesn't work. The majority of the population, friends, we all know the IQ bell curve, and it doesn't even matter if you're smart or dumb. We know we don't even have a lot of time to analyze everything. You even know from politics, like I'm not spending 9 hours to go learn the policy tax rates. I don't care. I don't want to see a face. That's the average person, how we're thinking. We just want to sit here drinking our warm hot chocolate and, of course, sitting on a squeaky chair with a straight back. That's what we want to do. We don't want to go read these tax reports. You're all lying anyway. We don't really care. I'm going to forget it tomorrow. Well, you got to think about this when it comes to financial games, the stock market, and marketing itself. It's the same thing. So scammers are very effective. Why are they very effective? It's because scammers want to do the minimal effort to get maximum money. They will always hunt the buzzwords. Scammers in every industry, the biggest cons, they'll always do this. They will go to the industry, and scammers are pathological. I've noticed this. When new scams appear in crypto, I am amazed at the words that they seem to grab and understand. They know the socially acceptable sentences and words to say about people, to describe themselves. They know how to use, when buzzwords start coming out, of course, they know how to use NFTs, but they know how to use words. They go to trusted community members and they copy how they speak. It's amazing. Now, me and you, we are honest people. We are trying to do our good in this world with a little peanut brain. You can't possibly think like them because they're reptiles. They're subhuman trash. But that's what goes on. And every time it comes my way, I'm like shocked at what they do. They'll use words. They'll try to play on you. They'll try to play on your fears, talking about family. They know how to read people, cold-blooded. So when it comes to scams, there are also financial scams. So scammers, we can do this. We can go through this list. Financial scammers, which is pretty much all scammers when you think about it. Financial scammers, they know what words the retailers want to hear, right? Words like pump, words like yield, passive income is what I want to hear. Yes, it's exactly true. So Richard knows this. So he has a unique marketing approach. His approach is, he says, he says this in person. He goes, the scammers are so effective at getting innocent people in. We have to be better than them. So this is where there's a rift. This is where people say, well, this is a catch. It's like you can't win this. It's now a matter of opinion. This is where we stray, because on one hand, you want to do the ethically moral thing right, but on the other hand, you are letting people continuously get scammed. So what Richard said is, he says, we have to do better. So this is his form of empathy. So of course, friends, is it a black or white issue? No, the world's mostly gray. We have to try to figure this out ourselves. So he will say, we have to do better ourselves. We've got to get these people getting scammed. We have to use the same words the scammers use. We have to throw in passive income, yield, designed to pump. That was in HEX's marketing, designed to pump. His was HEX. HEX is designed to pump. HEX, and he also wrote, HEX was designed to do 10,000x. I'm sure these are carefully worded. These are like checked by a lawyer and stuff. So it was designed to do that. It's not HEX is guaranteed to. It was designed to do it. Just like, a chair is designed to be sat on. Fluffy slippers are designed to be worn. So these were the marketing words used for HEX. Of course, when I first came across it, what did I say? Scam, I'm done, not going to work. Of course, everybody says that. But I'll be honest, that's the truth. 99.9999% of the times, it's a scam. It's just that you didn't know the wildcard moonshot effect came, where Ricardo Corazon himself had $1 billion to front load the community and bootstrap it. You didn't know that. That was the wild card X factor. It's not the code. So this is why it's very controversial. So when we're looking at PulseChain, I hope this will start to connect some dots when we think about the PulseX yield farms, when we think about people coming in and DJing gambling. So he wants to save as many people as he can. He has to do what the scammers are doing. So what do we see in crypto right now? We have, when we go and see, we see PulseChain, friends, and PulseX. We see the trading happening. Now, what are the scammers doing? The scammers are all launching meme coins. Short term. That's what they're doing. They're doing yield farming. They're doing this stuff to just grab the shortest attention span people and grab them in. So his whole goal is to dress up a casino. So in a nutshell, people just want to come in for the crypto casino. That is the majority of people. The majority of people. So he's one step ahead of the game. He knows the game. Because, yes, there are very noble, good, righteous people in crypto, of course. These developers on Ethereum, and I'm sure other networks too, pushing forward the network, pushing forward the whole industry. But, of course, they only attract the people who got in early and who are really visionary and who know what's going on. Me and you both know 95% of people can't relate to them. What's proof of stake, proof of work? I don't know. I like steak, cooked, medium rare. That's all they know. They don't know anything else. All they can see is green candles or red candles. That's all they can compute. And all they know is yield. They know, oh wow, there's a yield farm. They're slowly learning that. So, what's Richard doing himself? He is doing the PulseChain marketing to do that. It is designed to look scammy. It is designed to look like a pump and dump. So PulseChain and PulseX marketing is purposefully done to look like a scam, pump and dump. That's what is purposefully designed. Of course, everything's a scam. We just throw that word around, but it's designed to look like that. So when I use the word scam, it's a scam to me and you, but actually it's designed to just look like a pump and dump, fun, meme, yield farming, etc., etc. All the short-term impulses. Basically stuff that is short-term mindset, nothing to do with delaying gratification. So his whole strategy is once you get everybody's attention here, then he can show them the next step to improve themselves. Because if you just give them the vegetables at the start, they're not going to eat it. They don't want to do that. You've got to water it down. You've got to give them a bit of sparkly water at the start. You've got to give them a chocolate-flavored protein shake. That's what he's basically doing. Because the other ways don't work, clearly. We're seeing that. So when we go forward, this is what's actually been happening. If you're new here and you're watching this, I hope this starts to make sense. Of course, there are some big questions. People will say, okay, what about the treasury? They'll say, what about the treasury? So you might also say, hey, there's $670 million there. How come he hasn't told us what's happening in the treasury? Did he run off with the money? No, it's because it's on purpose. It's done on purpose to be no expectations. Because if you have expectations, you are now a security. There is no expectations. He constantly says, I don't work for anybody. And the double whammy, if we go back to a little coin called Bitcoin, Bitcoin's biggest and brightest days were no expectations. Those were the biggest and brightest days. You might say, oh, there's no expectations with Bitcoin now. I would say, not really. What about the BRC20s and the ordinals and the developers? Oh, is a country going to adopt it? You do start to have expectations. You really do. Because the price is so up, people are starting to get desperate for narratives. But this is a natural path of what happens when you start to get to a mature market. So now that you know this, you go, wow, this is a unique marketing style. We've never seen something like this before. This is unique. And I mean, he's ballsy enough to do it, and it worked. It got everyone's attention in HEX. Of course, we look at the HEX price, and the HEX price is down 98%. So fair enough. If people say, hey, I don't know if it worked or not because we're down. Well, I don't think you can measure it by just looking at a minus 98% price, because you have to go from he was a nobody and now everyone knows his name and he's still around and the community is strong. People have HEX and PulseChain tattoos. So there's something about the formula that works. It's all the synergy of how everything gets put together. You can't take out individual components and say it's reason A, B, or C, but maybe it's just the fact that reasons A, B, and C are all there. Okay, it's a reason. It's combining the early on-chain scamming marketing narrative with being in crypto, with being some pumpermentals, with being some other intelligent marketing, with the outrage marketing. It's just, it is what it is. I don't know if you've ever been exposed to billionaires or like super smart people, super extraordinary entrepreneurs, but you just got to let them do their thing, friends. You can't tell them anything. That's it. It's just, you get what you get. Elon Musk, there's many others out there. You can't tell them anything. Don't think that they got this far in life not listening to peanut brains. Do you think they're going to start listening to us with the peanut brain saying, oh, start typing with capital letters. Oh, why don't you stream for once in a while? You can't do anything. It's outside of our control. The only thing me and you can actually do is we wake up every day, put our fluffy slippers and our mittens on and say, okay, today's another day I hold. That's it. Every single day. That's all you can really do. We just travel through and we sim through the passage of time. So now that we know his marketing, I've explained to you, go, wow, okay, his marketing is purposefully designed to look like a scam because it has the biggest net. It gets the most amount of fish. It gets the most amount of fish coming in, and it attracts a lot more people because you're getting everyone on the IQ spectrum. You're getting a wide net of people who just don't even think. They just want to rush in. Then his goal is, once that happens, once the yield farm rates probably start coming down, once there is trading and leverage trading shown, probably, and once again, no expectations, possibly, we then finally see a HEX, Pulse, PulseX pump all over. That is ultimately what I think we're all heading. That's what I'm doing. So if you don't agree, that is completely fine. God bless you. Click sell and leave. No one cares. I'm just explaining to you information. I've literally, by me telling you this, I have saved you literally easily 60 hours of watching, because so many pieces of what I've just told you, dribs and drabs here and there, and you have to hear it many different times, and no one knows how to ask him questions, and he's never really focused on explaining his marketing. He doesn't really care. So you're very, very welcome. You are a baby doll baby cake, and you deserve it. So this is actually your research. Congratulations. Like, you've just watched a 20-minute video. It summarizes. It did 60 to 80 hours of your work for you. So now you have a path. You have a decision to make. You say, well, do you click sell and leave, or do you continue to hold? That's completely on you, right? That's your financial decision to make. I don't make any decision for you. I'm just telling you, I have seen everything he does, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just in. That's it. Either in or you're out, because you can't change him. You can't go and tell Elon Musk, hey, start tweeting less. Or why don't you start making proper sentences? Stop being a troll. Why don't you go raise some of your kids? You can't tell him that. He's not going to listen to you. So you just have to accept that. This is what it is. It's a game. The game is to be played this way. We can't change the rules of the game. It's too late. You're either playing the game or you exit, go play something else. And in crypto, there ain't that really many really cool games to play at all, because the ones that perhaps would be cool, they're already highly priced and we're too late and everyone knows about them. So this is what's going on. And my final message for you, baby dolls, is this. I have a chart of the total crypto market cap here. I can put on a log chart for you just to show you. We don't know where anything will rearrange itself in terms of higher or lower value in the future. We don't know that. I am taking a punt. I think the asymmetry of extreme hate and extreme labeling, I believe, this is what I'm doing, I think it'll translate to a higher moonshot, because it's so hated. Once people realize they're wrong, they'll turn to extreme love again. It's extreme volatility. That's what I believe, and that's what I see. See, Bitcoin doesn't get super loved and it won't get super hated, so you're always going to get this. You're going to luckily get a 2 to 3x. I hope it's more. But when something is extremely loved, it goes up extremely, like here we go, negative, and then extremely loved again. This is what we want, the volatility. So ultimately, at the end of the day, we're just guessing. If the total crypto market cap, if we don't get scammed, then we can go to 9 to 10 trillion, or even if we do get scammed, then we go back down to 4 trillion around the zone here. We're just guessing what the world is going to look like here. What do you want to own? What do you think people will be doing when they come in? Because when people come in, they're going to be attracted to something. This is why, even though Richard Heart's marketing for PulseChain and Pulse, even though it looks like and it sounds like there is a lot of scamming going on. At the end of the day, I'm just placing my bets. I think, well, if there's a lot of people coming in, a lot of fish coming in, I think this has a good chance to catch a lot of them. And surprise, surprise, if you go and check a lot of the other coins, you'll find out they don't have a strategy at all. That's the truth. They don't have a fish catching strategy. All they have is a strategy to make the code, make the tech, change and do some updates. But you know the people coming in, who the hell cares about that? No one cares about that anymore. Those were the super early adopters. Everybody in here is coming for the casino. And this is all we can really do. It's all a game of speculation. It's up to you to make a decision. I've here presented the info for you. You're very welcome, friends. Tell mum and dad we're still going to make it. And we do like the fish emojis. Like, subscribe, press the bell button and all. I'm going to catch you in the next one.